All right, we are getting some breaking news right now, and this is about the winter session, a day after the Congress hit out at Prime Minister Narendra Modi for not holding the winter session of Parliament. We are getting some breaking news, and this is on Triple Talaq and a law to end Triple Talaq and somehow formalize the Supreme Court verdict on criminalizing the Triple Talaq practice will be brought in the winter session of Parliament. Yes, Abhishek Kapoor, our executive editor, breaking that story. Abhishek, this is big because the Supreme Court had also indicated and directed the government that do think of bringing a law to formalize this judgment. And that's now happening. Abhishek.
Well, Parikshit, there is a reason why this is being taken and a law is to be brought in the winter session of Parliament. And by the way, it puts to rest this rumor mongering that the government was not perhaps interested in winter session and was in a mood to kill the winter session. So winter session is happening. And about this Triple Talaq, so despite the Supreme Court verdict banning Talaq e Bidat or Triple Talaq as it is known, instances were coming off and on, and with quite some regularity of Triple Talaq still being practiced. The most famous one happened as recent as last week when the Triple Talaq was used by none other than an Aligarh Muslim University professor. So it seems that despite the Supreme Court verdict banning Triple Talaq, it is not acting as a deterrent. The Supreme Court judgment was not acting as a deterrent, and hence the government has decided to widely publicize this decision of the Supreme Court to bring in a law. There would be some deterrence in the law in terms of punishment because the concept itself has become ultra-virus given the Supreme Court verdict. And the government wants that everyone in the community should follow the land of the law. And if some deterrence needed by way of punishment, that should also be brought in. And that is the reason why the government would be bringing in this law in the winter session. Actualize the Supreme Court verdict of banning Triple Talaq, and there would actually be a law in place in India, like about 18 other Muslim countries, which would officially have a law banning Triple Talaq and have some punishment associated with it. So that would...
Right. That's very important, Abhishek. Law to end Triple Talaq will be brought in the winter session. And Abhishek, will this be limited to the practice of oral talaq? All right, Atikur Rahman joining us on the phone line. Atikur Rahman, what do you make of this? The government now institutionalizing the judgment of the Supreme Court in the Triple Talaq case. They're now going to bring a law in the winter session of Parliament.
Well, it is a very welcome step, but I would, say that ground realities will not be changing. I had called with complete, respect to the highest judiciary that the judgment was a lollipop judgment. So far, we are not giving any financial independence to our ladies, our women. Ground realities won't change. Triple Talaq will happen. Talaq will be there. The women will not get anything, any benefit from the judgment.
But why not? Why not? If there is a law that is brought now, if the law is brought in the winter session and it's passed by both houses of Parliament, it receives the President's assent, Atikur Rahman, and then it gets the backing of the rule book. There will be penal sanction, there will be penal provisions and provision for punishment as well if the husband divorces his wife orally.
I am saying to go a step further. I am saying to go a step further, give financial autonomy to the women. As soon as the woman marries a boy, the roof under which the woman is living, the boy is living, half of the property should be converted into her name. That will be a financial autonomy. Now let the boy give talaq, triple talaq, any number of talaq to the woman. Financial autonomy is the only solution to benefit the women.
All right. You're talking about financial autonomy. You're going a step further, Atikur Rahman. But also, explain our viewers, will this be an easy step? Because the government is now formalizing a committee that will look into all issues. Will it be possible to get all stakeholders on board? Will it be easy to pass such a law through Parliament?
Yes, we can convince the people, when we are saying 33% reservation in parliament, and even that is very much due, long due. I don't think it will be an easy move, but still we can try hard. Since we are starting from today, maybe in 2 years, 5 years, autonomy is very much important, Banning things is not a solution in any regards.
Atikur Rahman there telling us that this is not a solution at all. But Atikur Rahman, this is what Muslim women in the country had been demanding. There were so many Muslim women who were cheering. Yes, the judgment of the Supreme Court was limited to the practice of oral talaq 3 times. But then again, it is a very significant step, because they felt that the practice of triple talaq was being misinterpreted, misused by Muslim men in the country. At least a section of them. And they felt relieved. Now